Lagos State seeks collaboration with federal government to bolster nation's industries. Federal government to clarify data hosting for digital sovereignty. On the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister vows to complete attack against Iran with support from US President Donald Trump. And in sport, Spanish giant Atletico Madrid declares interest in Super Eagles star Wilfred Ndidi. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stressed the need for collaborative efforts between state and federal government to bolster the nation's industries. Speaking through the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat while receiving the Minister of State for Industry John Eno on a courtesy call at the Deputy Governor's official residence, Osborne Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, the Governor noted that the partnership will drive economic growth and prosperity owing to the critical role industries play in shaping a nation's economy. Sanwo-Olu noted that by working together, governments can create an environment conducive to industrial development, ultimately benefiting the nation as a whole. He stated that the government needs to make a new approach in interfacing with the business industry, citing the example of companies that left because they felt the government does not positively influence the industry. The governor thanked President Bola Tinubu for creating a ministry that will interface with the industries to solve their challenges and create an enabling environment for them to thrive. Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, John Eno, said the team is currently in Lagos for an industrial tour to gain first-hand insight into the constraints and challenges faced by industries in the country. The Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA, has issued a stern warning to property owners, agents and private occupiers in the state to desist from illegal recycling and scavenging in unlicensed facilities. It also advised them to halt indiscriminate sorting, dumping, storing and trading of recyclable waste in their facilities and in public spaces around them. Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of LOMA, Muyiwa Gbadigeshi, noted that such activities not only degrades the city's aesthetic appeal, but also disrupted the rights of property owners, contributing to serious environmental hazards. Gbadigeshi urged residents and stakeholders to utilize only licensed recycling facilities and registered waste collectors to ensure proper waste management in Lagos, ensuring and encouraging the populace to report illegal activities through LOMA's official channels. He advised property owners, businesses and the public to take this final warning seriously and avoid actions that could lead to serious legal repercussions. The Lagos State government has directed the reopening of Okeari Gorodo Market in Lagos Island following the signing of an undertaking by the Traders for Environmental Cleanliness. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, gave the directive when he led state officials on an inspection tour of the markets, which were closed over 2 weeks ago due to flagrant disregard for the state environmental laws. Wahab also gave a 48 hours quick notice to all traders, store owners under Idumota, Ebute police post overhead for indiscriminate erection of attachment stalls, which is constituting dangerous and environmental nuisance. He emphasized the need for everyone, including traders at all markets, to prioritize environmental cleanliness in order to prevent the spread of diseases. Wahab, who also recalled that the state government had banned styrofoam over a year ago as a result of its adverse effects on human health and the drainage channels, urged some leaders, some traders who are still using and littering the market environment with the banned item to stop. He emphasized that global warming and climate change is real. As such, everyone must become responsible in order to push back the climate challenges and effects as much as possible. Down to the rest of the stories, the federal government has commenced moves for data classification and hosting of certain categories of data within the country. The government said this would enable the country attain digital sovereignty and become a leading digital hub in Africa. Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Kashifu Abdullahi, who stated this as a panelist at the Africa Hyperscalers Digital Infrastructure Outlook 2025, said Nigeria would commit more resources towards attaining the goal. Abdullahi said the agency would drive the innovative ecosystem that balances regulation with industry growth by investing in cloud infrastructure, data classification, and artificial intelligence (AI) applications to solidify the nation's position in the digital global community. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has warned candidates sitting for the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) against desperately selecting examination towns. The board's spokesperson, Fabian Benjamin, gave the warning in a statement in Abuja. Benjamin said JAMB does not select towns for candidates taking the UTME or the optional mock examination. He said the clarification was necessary as 90% of the available spaces for the optional mock exercise across the country had been filled, leaving only few states with available slots. Benjamin stressed that while candidates have the right to choose their preferred examination towns, they must consider the implications of their choices. According to him, some candidates may select towns that are quite distant, potentially outside their home states, and the board should not be held responsible for such decisions. Now to foreign news. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to finish the job against Iran with the support of US President Donald Trump. Netanyahu was speaking alongside US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is visiting Israel in his first official trip to the region since assuming the role. U.S. intelligence agencies recently warned both the Biden and Trump administrations that Israel will likely attempt to strike facilities key to Iran's nuclear program this year. Israel's willingness to use military force runs counter to President Donald Trump's current desire for a peace deal with Tehran, and the recent U.S. intelligence cautions that major strikes on Iranian nuclear sites could increase the risk of a wider war breaking out in the Middle East. Overall, Israel is also still pursuing the broader goal of causing regime change in Iran. The Israeli leader said he has a common strategy with Trump on Gaza and its future, vowing to open the gates of hell if all hostages are not released. Netanyahu said on Sunday he knew about the plan before the U.S. president announced it. Now, sport. Atletico Madrid remains interested in signing Leicester City Nigerian midfield star Wilfred Ndidi. Ndidi was close to leaving Leicester in the January transfer window, but the club decided to give the player in order to fight for their survival in the league this season. Atletico are still interested in signing the 28-year-old midfielder at the end of the season. Although Ndidi's playing time has been limited this season, the club sees him as valuable for the depth he provides to the squad. Ndidi is starting to get more minutes for Rod van Nistelrooy's side after overcoming a hamstring injury earlier in the season. Along with Atletico Madrid, AS Monaco and Real Betis are expected to return for the midfielder in the summer transfer window on a loan deal. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, Over 1,932 companies indicated interest to take on graduate interns after the training program designed to expose them in hands-on work experience. Get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stressed the need for a collaborative effort between state and federal government to bolster the nation's industries. The federal government has commenced moves for data classification and hosting of certain categories of data within the country. We also told you that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to finish the job against Iran with the support of US President Donald Trump. And in sport, Atletico Madrid remains interested in signing Leicester City Nigerian midfield star Wilfred Ndidi. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashere. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.